Hey guys, Socke here. Gonna do a short replay analysis of a game I played in a tournament a couple of weeks ago. This is against Lambo, German Zerg player on Frost, and I think it was maybe the second or third map in the best of three. And yeah, I'm just gonna stay in the play camera for most of the time and try not to look at the production tab as much as possible, just so that we can have like a realistic outlook on the game without having like all the information one would usually have when casting a replay properly or yeah, viewing a stream. So since my opponent went for the greedy hedge pull opening a couple of times, and also because yeah, why not, gotta take some risks at times, I go for 15 Nexus, 15 gateway opening. Had an overlord come from here, would have been able to spot it. One can also go to this side to see if an overlord is coming, or this. But yeah, now that I think about it, I think I go in the wrong direction, even though I checked for an overlord there, so definitely should have headed to the right way. Anyway, 15 Nexus, 15 gateway, rather greedy. Can be a bit dangerous against like 8 to 12 pull openings or so. But yeah, can't always be safe against everything. I think the build is rather obvious looking at the replay, so I'm not gonna talk too much about this to start. And since I'm not finding him at the first position and also not finding him at the second position, yeah, I really should have went for the right side after checking this. I let the Zealot finish. I think would have done this anyway, but also go for the Mothership Core and the Stalker before getting my attack up. Had I been able to find him on the first or second position, I think I could have even skipped these and gone for the Stargate as soon as the Cybercore finished, because if you know for sure there isn't going to be any units coming away, I can just play a bit more greedy. So walking across the map with a couple of units here, I'm able to force some Zerglings. It's always nice because, or it's especially nice in this case, because if they go hedge first, like in this game, I was able to confirm with my probe scout. Didn't even bother to go in further since I wanted to hide the probe better. I think they've got lots of lava in the early game compared to the other openings, but like are a bit more lacking in the mineral department, well, comparatively. So forcing them to build something other than drones in the early game is can be quite beneficial. This game I'm going for a bit of pressure, so we're going up to 3 gateways and Oracle to put some pressure. I could also have gone for a quicker Nexus, like right about this time maybe, if I had not opted to go for this pressure. But yeah, I think both openings are fine. Forge after this, couple of Zealots, and where's the probe? Yeah, probe's unfortunately gonna die here, a bit sloppy by me. If I was able to put down another pylon here, the pressure would be much more effective. But even like this, I mean, he's got a couple of Queen's Zerglings and Spores, but still he's not really prepared for the coming attack. So taking a third Nexus behind all this. Well, one benefit of pressure like this is you're oftentimes safe in taking your third base, because they're busy defending with the units at home. So a couple more Zealots, hit those being at the front, once again much more better. And yeah, I think even though I didn't kill too many probes at this point, I was still able to force out roaches quite early in the game. He had to pull all his workers from the third base. So I think this pressure overall was a success. Economy is looking good. Third base about to finish, and already got quite a lot of probes. Maybe the last Zealot weapon was a bit of an overcommittal, but yeah, stuff like that happens. You oftentimes can't be too sure. I'm a bit worried. The thing is, if they got so many roaches and followed up with links, oftentimes after pressure like this they do some kind of counter pressure. And since I was a bit late on my void ray after spotting the roaches, there could be some trouble at my third, but in general, like if they go roaches and try to go for a counterattack, one is usually fine. Just adding a void ray or two. Yeah, getting some more well, relatively free damage here with the oracles. Even if you have just one oracle from the early game, I think no matter what matchups, if it's PvZ, PvT or PvP, you can usually try to fly around and catch like a worker or two at times. So if you get the ABM for that, always try to be active. I actually think I would want my army to be positioned somewhere around here to fight. So I should really take down the rocks a bit earlier. It's definitely an oversight. But overall, going up to Colossi and Void Rays and lots of gateways, it's good. I think my Citadel was a bit late, so +2 could have been a bit earlier, but still, I think it's quite okay. So I think I just spotted a Hydralisk there, so happy about my tech choice. But overall, just the general standard unit composition. I mean, there's other stuff like Void Ray, Charge Slot, Arcan, and maybe Templar, or just pure Blink. But yeah, Void Ray Colossus is something that's become a bit up in the past couple of weeks, like even more so at the start of the beta. I think we saw that a lot, but recently more so if they were Void Rays, usually Charge Slots. So since it's a Hydralisk and roaches, my main worry about is just at this moment is just not taking lots of damage, because if they're committing roach and Hydralisk, once I hit 200 supply, if they're still on roaches and Hydralisk, I'd be sure to win the game. So dangerous one always thinks about a possible Mutalisk switch. Also want to have a decent Phoenix counter against that, or Swarm Host. Always want to have a big enough Colossus count, preferably 2 Robos, and be able to do a push as soon as they haven't like really solidified their Swarm Host armor, because once too many Swarm Hosts up with static defense, it gets very, very tough. So you really want to be able to hit a strong push and be able to see that and get the double roll for that early. So spotting a couple of Mutalisks here was a bit unexpected to me, but yeah, like some of my scouting information, I didn't really see Mutalisks coming, but then again it was only like 5 or 6, so very weird to spray in a couple of Mutalisks as this. So see Mutalisk, obviously want to go into Phoenix's second Stargate, just added. I think it's never a bad option, because more Void Rays are always good, and yeah, against Mutalisk you definitely want those Phoenixes out. Couple of cannons for safety, and finally gonna go about taking these rocks down. And yeah, since I'm not really buying the Mutalisk anymore at this point, just worried about defending against the Roach Hydra. She bit oversight here, catches me quite off guard, so I think before this moment I was actually quite a bit ahead in the game after the good pressure in the early game. But yeah, it just caught me a bit off guard, so should have had an observer over here to spot this, or yeah, just not have everything attacking the rocks here. So bit lucky by him, bit careless by me, but it's still okay. Even though it's 5 Mutalisks, it's very annoying. Taking a bit of damage, but yeah, once a couple of Phoenixes are out, those shouldn't be a big issue anymore. If we look at the supplies now, I'm quite a bit behind, but since it's 26 roaches, 18 Hydralisk, it's actually not looking that bad. If we look at the army value, it's looking rather even. He's a bit behind ahead in the mineral department, but that's not too big of an issue. You don't really want too many minerals in the army anyway. Okay, so I was finally able to clear up those annoying Mutalisks. Had another scout to see what's coming. Like the 3 dangers, aside from like either you want to survive, or you want to prepare for push against Swarmost, or you want to get the composition against Ultralisk, or defend the Mutalisk thing. But if it's just like regular ground Roach Hydra, maybe Viper, you're fine with a ground army like this. So doing a bit more health damage here, and yeah, spotting the hive. So another danger that's incoming that should always be on one's mind is the Viper. Like if you're on Colossi and they hit a Roach Hydra Viper timing and you have no feedbacks, usually in a lot of trouble. So definitely should have been scouting a bit better in this game, but yeah, it was quite troublesome with like this 5 meter flock. Took lots of attention. Yeah, trying to stay a bit back, and I'm really hoping for the Templars to get out now, so I can get feedbacks on the Vipers. Nice pull on the Zealot here. He managed to get one Colossus, and this is exactly the timing I wanted to hit. But still, was able to save one, and with the time warps and cannons, I'm able to hold back. And as soon as I got the Templar now, I feel quite comfortable against this army composition. I was already able to spread a couple of pylons across the bottom side of the map. Like, this is a pretty weird location, but you never know. There's gonna be fight here or so, you have reinforcement there. And also for late game, it's always nice to spread a couple of pylons around to do harass damage, because the Zealots usually aren't too useful in the main fight, but yeah, they're really good for harass. Like a pylon like this, almost as good as a War Prism. Okay, so Viper threat is averted, and I'm nearing my max. So another Viper thing. This time the feedback's hit, but actually quite a big miscontrol there, like a slight move command. But it's still okay. No feedbacks. I mean, no ducks there. Lightning Cloud is actually quite good here, but I'm able to hold off. Maybe a couple more force fields would have been better this army actually to keep the opponent at bay, but yeah, this is still okay. Getting my 4th base up, and against Roach Hydra Viper you just want to survive. I mean, even though I won this fight, I think it should have gone even way better looking at the army compositions we had, so he took a good engagement there even though I won the fight. Just while any attack is happening, always a good idea, like as long as you're not about to lose the game, to warp in a couple of units either here at the top, send it to this base, or with a Prism in his main, or here to those new bases. Always want to be spending those minerals on doing damage to his economy, and yeah, build up your army with more gas units. Yeah, worse right now, still Mutalisk, Ultralisk, and Swarmost, since I'm fighting against the Vipers right now. And I should definitely be scouting a bit more. I mean, against Mutalisk I already have like 4 or 5 Phoenixes, so one is usually fine. But against a Mut account of this size, 4 or 5 Phoenixes usually is not gonna cut it. So he's got so many Mutas, I can't deal with them in a straight up fight right now. So gonna keep the Phoenixes at home to defend it and go across the map. Usually Muta wins in base trades, but just if I was to sit back and defend against the Mutalisk and not do any damage right now, so I could just take the whole map, and it would take me like 2 or 3 minutes before I was able to move out again and kind of solidify against the Phoenixes. So I know that I need to do some damage right now with my units, or maybe even force the Mutalisk back, and that I can somehow, like, over time defend at home if I macro correctly. So Storm's good. Adding a couple more Phoenixes. Phoenixes actually aren't that great against Mutalisk. I think I even have decent upgrades on them already, but as long as they don't have the rage upgrade, even though they have more range than the Mutalisk, it's not that easy to micro them. Let's go. I think I was across the map already, so with the Colossus and a couple of zealots. Retreating parts of my army since yeah, I see that I'm able to do enough damage. I think I got lots of drones here. And I think I also had some zealots down here, so sending a zealots there to finish it off. And even though the Mutalisk switch caught me quite unprepared, I know that I did enough damage, so trying to increase my Phoenix count and get up to Phoenix range, so that I'm able to yeah, to really fight the Mutalisk. Just trying to solidify, and I think I only reached max barely this game, but if they still have those fighting efficient units, usually you wanna sit back and defend until you got your max, and then you wanna fight. So Templar, Colossi, and quite a lot of Phoenixes. I actually think I should have gotten the fleet beacon earlier than I did this game, because yeah, the range is just so important. So we see 1, 2, 3, 4 base against 3 base. Yeah, it's decent for PvZ, and I should be getting my 4th base around as well sometime soon, or yeah, just do more damage. Couple of zealots to the top base as well. Always want to be striking in multiple locations. You see in had there not been the threat of Mutalisk at my 4th or 3rd base, I probably would have even moved out with the main army to the middle, maybe to the Watchtower, so just to keep his army busy, so the Harris units are free to do the damage. Like, you always wanna bind the army. Okay, lots of vital probes, so yeah, why not go long distance mining? So again, lots of damage here. This base is taken out as well. I think this should probably be up again by now, but yeah, I was able to do so much Harris damage with the Zealot counterattacks, but right now I'm just free to sit, and he can't really afford to attack switch into lots of Ultralist or Swarm Host. So still taking a double expand, because I'm a bit worried that one of them might die to Circling or Mutalisk attacks. And also, yeah, because I have way too many probes for just one mining base. But still, I'm not in a hurry in this situation, because yeah, I know that the dangerous units probably aren't coming, and its economy is so severely damaged that I just need to defend whatever is throwing at me. Yeah, obviously, you always want to get the weapon upgrades against the Zerg, Mutalisk, and Corruptors, because ideally they're not gonna hit you anyways. Another thing about Zerg players, I wondered, like, they oftentimes get the flyer attacks, but I think oftentimes, especially if they're adding lots of Corruptors against Phoenix, armor would be better. Okay, so Fungal there, if you're out in the open with Phoenixes and a Fungal hits you, they all die to the Mutalisks, like, even though Phoenix is supposed to be the counter. If you get into a straight up fight and really have to fight, they usually die. So good thing I had my main army there, and with that to support, it's looking quite good. So had a lead in this game after the pressure, threw it with AFK units over here, and then I was a bit behind, and the Mutal switch caught me really off guard, so it was looking quite bad, but it just that's way able to do so much damage that I could come back into this game. So tough game, but Protoss wins in the end. Yeah, hope you enjoyed this. We're able to maybe learn a couple of things. Feel free to ask questions in the comments, or tell me if you liked it, tips for improvement, or if you didn't like it, leave a comment as well. And yeah, I think this is not gonna be the last video of the kind. No, it was the first. And yeah, I look forward to seeing more stuff like this from me in the future. See you around.